Hey, good to be with you. This last week I had the opportunity to sit down with one of my all-time favorite people, Pastor John Wayne Kasurik. Him and his wife Carrie have been part of our church family now for the last several months, but our relationship goes back much further than that. 34 years to be exact for myself personally, and then even before that with my mom and my dad. So they've been lifetime family friends of ours. And what we did was we sat down and we began to talk about a message from recently here at the church, our last message to wrap up a series that was entitled Never Get Bored with the Basics. Over the next few days, we're going to be releasing some short video content that has to do with love. Because in that message, as we wrapped up, we asked the question of what does love got to do with it? I believe Pastor Wayne brings some insight for myself, for you, and I just got to be along for the ride in a conversation, and it was really a blast. So we hope that this brings a blessing to your life and that you will be on the lookout for more of these videos to come. Like and share these videos. It gets it out to more people, and all we want to do is just spread God's love, spread His life, spread His gospel, spread His good news. It's all about Jesus. So help us to reach people that otherwise we would never get the opportunity. God bless. One of the greatest things Jesus did was He talked about love, and he gave us an example of love. I'm going to read the foundational text, and I'm going to turn it over to Pastor Wayne here and let him give some things that he would like to say about this. But our foundational text was John 13, 34, and 35. It says, "So now I'm giving you a new commandment. Love each other just as I've loved you. You should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you're my disciples."
Such a powerful couple of verses. It's really a real hinge point. I've said it before. The old commandment was way back in Leviticus 19 and said that we're supposed to love our neighbors as ourselves. And it was that way for hundreds of years. And then Jesus, right here, during the Passover meal, which becomes the Lord's Supper at that point in time, things are changing, and they are changing forever. And then He steps up and says, this is a new commandment. And I like what you have said about that in the message recently. The new there was not new in time, but it's new. New in meaning, new in experience, new in freshness. And I think one of the most favorite things I like that was said in that was that it's the opposite of being worn out. And just the title that was given to this particular message, what's love got to do with it? And that Tina Turner song is running in my head right now. But as you said, what's love have to do with it? It has everything to do with it.
Yeah, it has, like you said, everything rises and falls on how well we love each other. How well we love each other. And as we were speaking, because we get one of the greatest things, and this is off topic for the message, but one of the greatest things for me personally is when I get the opportunity to sit down with someone like Wayne here, who I've known my entire life.
I thought about that. How old are you?
I'm 34.
I've known you 34 years.
You've known me 34 years. You knew me even before that.
9 months before that.
Even 9 months before that. But he always just does a great job encouraging me. But we were talking about some of the context of what was going on here, and when he was talking about what does love got to do with this, got everything to do with it, and everything rises and falls, I feel like on that ability of how we love. And one of the things that he brought up again and reminded me that was from the message was, it wasn't how well I love people outside of my inner circle or outside of my family or outside of, as people would say now, we're at the capital C church, not just people here at Hedgeway, but anyone that professes to be a follower of Christ. I've got to love them well.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite quotes out of the message that day was you had said, if you can't love each other, and that's in the context, because he's talking to the disciples, Jesus is, so he's talking to believers, to, we might say, the church, if you can't love each other, if the church can't love the church, then you can't love a hurting world.
When I don't love those around me that are in the faith with me, well, then like you said, it sets me up not to love a hurting world, because that's what he tells me right here. I mean, in 35 it says your love for one another will prove to the world, and that's why I like that translation, because we talk about going outside of the church, and the world's where we want to go, but we got to take care of each other.
It's what proves that we are His to an unbelieving world, which is the biggest thing you can think.
Yeah.